Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mathemaniacs with your teacher, Miss Bryant. Today in mathematics, we will do a do now, and then the students will be able to, by the end of the lesson, represent ratios and percentages using models. And to our do now, one-third plus one-half. The first thing we're going to do, throw up your L's. That means we're finding our least common denominator. So these two numbers, I'll put them over here. And then we'll count by threes. 6, 9, then we'll count by twos. 4, 6. Let's find the least common denominator. They both have 6 in common. How do I get from 3 to 6? Multiply by 2. What I do to the one side of the divisor, I always do to the other. How do we get from 2 to 6? Very good, Angelina. Multiply by 3. What I do to one side of the divisor, I do to the other. 2 times 1, 2. 3 times 1, RJ said it, 3. Now we can add those sweet non-numerators on top because they're sweet like that. Don't touch those demon denominators. When in addition and subtraction, we don't touch them. So here's our fraction. Again, the second step in our equation. We're going to do 2 hand signals. Second step, 2 hand signals. Throw up your L because you see 2 fractions, and then shake it because you're not touching that common denominator that you found. Your least common denominator, don't touch it. We'll put him there. Add the 2, 5, 6. Box it because you deserve it. And let me show you something really exciting. Let me just clean this up for you real quick so you can see what we just did. Let's talk in pizzas. There's your 1/3. If you can see right here, it's 1/3 of a pizza plus half a pizza. There's your half. Now, what if I wanted to make this a whole pizza? We know that a half, there's your half, plus a third is 5, 6. So help me make a whole. Let's find common denominators. So if I want to make a whole and represent it with a 6 in the denominator, we know that any number over itself is a whole. Five, 6 plus what gives us a whole pizza? Let's use this least common denominator because we don't want to mess with those demons. What's this? 1/6. 5 plus 1, 6. 5, 6 plus 1, 6 gives us a whole. Here's our 1/6. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? Alrighty. Let's move on. That was just a refresher of what we've been doing all week. We'll move on to our new lesson. So these are our placeholders. This is a whole number. We'll call it 1. And the 0.0, this placeholder is our tenths. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shaded out of 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that's a whole. And over here is our hundredths. That's your hundredths place. .05 is 5 hundredths. Let's move this little ball around. Here's our 1 on the number line, that green one. Here's our blue, the blue dot. Now represents 0.5, half of 1, half of 1. .3. There's 0.3 on the number line. 0.3, that's 30, 30 hundredths. So this is gizmos. I would like y'all to explore gizmos every day you're on the Learning Center. And we'll move on to, that was modeling decimals using a grid model. We're going to move on to percents, fractions, and decimals. 4-point-G. Launch your gizmo. So earlier we had, thank you. Oh, thank you. Here's a grid. It's a 10 by 10. We have 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 by 10, 100 squares. Right now we have 0 squares, shaded squares. I just shaded 5. So 100 less 5, 95 shaded squares. Our total shaded squares is 5 out of 100. 5 squares out of 100. They simplified that, and now we're calling it 1/20, or 1 out of 20. Let's simplify that real quick. 5 out of 100. I'm going to divide by 5 here. 5 divided by 5, thank you, Vanessa, is 1. 100 divided by 5. That's right, Casti, 20. Five goes into 100, 20 times. 20 times 5, 100. This is a fraction. As a decimal, it's 0.05. 5/100. As a percentage, it's 5%. Good question. How? Well, 5 divided by 100, put that into a calculator, it's 0.05. There's your tens and your hundredths place. Your hundredths place. If it were 5 out of 10, One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we shaded 5 out of 10, that leaves us with 5 unshaded. So half of it is shaded. And our new decimal would be 0.5, 50%. I like to think in change. So if I have a whole dollar, $1, to me, I just think of 50 cents when I see this. That's half my dollar, 50% of my dollar. A whole dollar is 100%. Any questions? No? Very good. I'll see you in class.